Hi, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do a quick review of what's been happening lately, as we all know, about the death of George Floyd. I have been saddened by it and cried for 2 days to watch this unfold on TV, and I just can't watch it anymore because I think that it's just so embedded in my brain, and it just makes me so upset and so sad to see, a police officer who's supposed to protect us just kill somebody in broad daylight, just like it's nothing. And I just don't know, how to explain to my kids who've been watching it because they're younger, how to explain to them that racism does exist and they're going to be judged just because they're black. My heart pours out to George Floyd's family. We've been praying for him in our family worship. It's just been very, very sad. It's been very, I don't even think sad is the word for it, really. It's just numbing. It makes me sick. It makes me feel just disgusted, to know that a police officer can do that to somebody who's face down, hands behind his back, handcuffed, nose bleeding, calling out for his mother, saying he can't breathe. And even when he was non-responsive, meaning that even after he literally died, his knee was still pressing down on his neck. You have to be really evil, inhumane to do that to somebody, to murder somebody like that, and then have your hand in your pocket very callously, like, so what? It's just sad, just so sad. I woke up Saturday morning to Wendy Loving Life, and she had a very good Instagram post speaking about humanity and how we should love each other, and how she stands for, she's a white lady, and Wendy, and I just really appreciated her post, just giving encouragement to those in this time, and using her platform to speak up against violence and racism. And, it just made me feel so very good. It made me feel really good because I've just been crying. And I want to thank also other people who have used their platform to speak up about this. Just Jennifer, she's a YouTuber here on this platform. She spoke about it as well on her channel. My Favorite Things with Maggie and Maya Links had spoken up about it on her channel, and we all, are in solidarity that, we just can't stay quiet, about something that's just so, just so brutal. And, just like Wendy said, if I lose subscribers because I'm speaking up about this, then so be it. This platform is not just to, talk about luxury items. I want to use this platform if I see something that's wrong against anybody, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, doesn't matter, gay, straight. I want to be able to speak about it and say, no, it is absolutely wrong. We should love one another. That's what the Bible commissions us to do. Love thy neighbor. Treat thy neighbor as you treat yourself. That's what the Lord wants us to do. I leave you with the story of the Good Samaritan. Jesus gave this parable in the Bible. The Jews did not like the Samaritans. The Samaritans did not like the Jews. They just didn't like each other. And a Jew was robbed, he was beaten, and he was laying on the ground. And a lot of people came and passed him by, Jews, maybe non-Jews, and it was a Samaritan that came by. Remember now, they hate each other. The Jews and the Samaritan hate each other. So it was the Samaritan that saw him on the ground, picked him up, put him on his donkey, took him to an inn, paid for the stay of the inn and all the expenses. And did that for him when everybody else was just walking by, saw him on the ground, knew that he was a Jew. The Jew passed him, other people passed him, didn't think to help him. But this Samaritan guy helped him on the donkey, took him to the inn, paid for his bills, and said, do what you have to do. I'll pay for it. That's what God commissions all of us to do, to look out for each other. It's easy to love people that look like us, or look like yourself rather, right? But it's even more challenging to love people that are different than you. But God commissions us to love other people that are different from us. He wants us to be like that Good Samaritan, that look out for other people. I remember 25 years ago, I went to the pharmacy. I forgot what the pharmacy is called now, but I went to the pharmacy, and this is when my mother was still alive. And she told me to go pick up some prescription for her. And I did not realize that it was going to cost so much. I thought it was just one prescription that she needed me to pick up, but apparently it was 2 or 3. I don't remember the amount, but I know it was more than one. And when the lady told me how much it was, I think it was $30-something if I remember correctly, because it happened over 2 decades ago. I said, oh my goodness, she only gave me $10, because I know that, she probably thought that she only needed the one prescription, but other ones were there. So I told her, well, I only have money for one. I am going to come back maybe the end of the week or next week, because my mother didn't have the money at the time to pay for 2. And so I'll be back to pay for it. And then she was about to walk back to put back the other 2 prescriptions in this, in the little cubby thing. And a man behind me said, I'll pay for it. So I'm thinking, who is that? So I turned around, and it was this white man. I later found out that he was from Switzerland. He was on vacation in Orlando. And he said, I'll pay for it. And I was just like, I was just overwhelmed. I think I started to cry. I'm just because my mom needed the medication. She had rheumatoid arthritis. It's very, very painful. And so I was wondering how she's going to have, the money to pay for the following week, because I didn't know how much those other prescriptions were going to cost at the time. And so I just was just like overwhelmed. And we kept in touch for many years. I felt so happy that he was able to help me, not knowing me, just standing behind me, right? A Good Samaritan. And then fast forward that 25 years later, I was at Walmart, I think about a year and a half ago, and a lady was standing in front of me, a white lady, and she was checking out. She didn't have enough money. The cashier was telling her she didn't have enough money or whatever. She was trying to pay for it, look through her purse, but she didn't have enough money. I know that. And so she was trying to put some things back, like tell her that she doesn't want this, she doesn't want this. She was trying to decide which items were most what's most important. So I beckoned to the cashier, I'll pay for it. And so the cashier, continue bagging, and she's like, no, I don't want that. I'll get that another time. I just want these important things. And the cashier was just like, it's okay. So I was kind of before her with my stuff, and I kind of came back and slipped my credit card in, and paid for it, and then walked off. And then the cashier, as I was walking away, said, that lady paid for you. So she ran up to me and she said, thank you so much. I needed these items because my father is in a nursing home and he needs all these items, and I was just trying to pick which ones were most important for him. And I had the flashback 25 years before that same thing happened to me, 2 different settings, that my mom needed her medication and I was trying to, didn't know which medication was most important, because I just went, to pick up one and then there were 3. And I said, maybe that was the Lord telling me, someone helped you 25 years ago, you can help someone now. And that's how we help our neighbors. That's how you can become a Good Samaritan, by being good. I don't know if racism will ever go away, but I think we each can do our part to be kind to our neighbors, to be kind to each other, and teach our children to be kind to people that are different from us. That will really help, and condemn evil. When you see evil, don't be complacent with it. Don't be silent about it. Condemn evil for what it is. Teach your children that evil is wrong. Racism is wrong. Helping people of different colors and background and socioeconomic status is the right thing to do. Helping your neighbor, helping people. And maybe that will help us and help humanity. But I just wanted to get on here and just say that. Let's all just try to do our part. We don't have to do a video about it, but let's just all try to do our part in our own little way, in our own community, at the drugstore, the supermarket, anywhere that you can help somebody, especially someone that doesn't look like you. That's where the true love comes in. And if you see somebody being mistreated anywhere, stand up and say something. Stand up. Those other 3 police officers that just basically watched that man get murdered, they're also guilty. You should stand up and say, what the heck are you doing? We're each other's keeper. You cannot do that. If they had spoken up and just, threw him off that guy, he would have been alive today. But no, nobody stood up. So I implore all of us to be good Samaritan. Be good Samaritan. Look out for each other. Thank you. Bye-bye.